Good afternoon. It's that time of year again. It is Thanksgiving. I'm in the kitchen starting today, and I figured I'd do a Facebook Live so that I can kind of interact with you guys out there if you have any questions while I'm working. But I'm going to work on my brine for the turkeys. I do a whole bird, and then for my mom and dad and her guests, I'm doing a stuffed turkey breast, but I still brine it the same way to get the same results. So if you guys want to hang out with me in the kitchen for a little bit, let's do some work. I'm gonna move you over here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. First thing I'm doing today is I noticed last night that my knives are a little dull. So before I start chopping into some onions and vegetables, I need to put a sharpen on it. This is my Shun chef's knife. This poor thing has been through it. It's a very good knife. It sharpens very well, does a good job. And then I'm going to sharpen my mom's cute little Wusthof that we got her 2 years ago for Christmas. It's kind of dull. I don't want her chopping a finger off or anything like that. So we're going to give them both a good little quick sharpening here. This is a good sharpener. I don't use that steel thing. I've never got the hang of that. I just can't do it. So, and it is a little loud. So that setting puts a new edge on the knife. It kind of burrs it a little bit, takes off the nicks, anything like that. Then you're going to come down to the third step. Run it through about 6 times on each angle and let the machine do the angle. It will do both American knives and Santuka, because they do have different sharpening angles. Oh yeah. And then this is the steel. This simulates this. That's what that middle one is doing. The sharpening. This is stealing a knife. Like I said, I never got the hang of this thing without nicking my hands. So, no. But a couple times through there. Yeah, that'll do it. So, do mom's real quick. Yep, that'll do it. And we'll set this out of the way. Put my steel back in here. And I'm going to put mom's knife over here. So, what I'm doing today is I'm going to make the brine. Like I said, I'm making brine for 2 turkeys. So I've got, let's move you on over here. I've got my stove set up with my 2 stock pots, and I'll show you what I'm going to put in them here. Maybe one of these days I'll have someone to follow me around with the camera. So, 2 onions. skins on, whole peppercorns, kosher salt, brown sugar, poultry seasoning. Yes, that is the spice cabinet. I call it the spice cabinet from hell because there's everything in hell is in here. Fennel seed. And then pineapple juice. I know it seems a little off, but trust me, bay leaves. And finally, little orange juice. So pineapple juice has that sweetness to it, goes very good with poultry. It also has citric acid in it, which will help break down all the connective tissue in the turkey, which makes it pull apart, makes it very moist, very tender. The orange juice obviously gives it the citrus flavor. Everything, just remember, everything that you put into the liquid of your brine will end up flavoring the turkey, so choose wisely. I also need about 2 gallons of water here, so we're going to cut some stuff up and throw some stuff in the pots. Fill my water pitcher up. Might as well grab my 1 cup measure. So this is exactly 1 gallon of water. Going in 1 pot. Just filling up the other one. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Mama. Hi, Sandy. Like all 3 of my moms are watching me right now. This is kind of scary. All right. So there, we got a gallon of water in each pot. And I'll bring you down here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So take your onion. I am going to remove the very loose peels. I don't want them sticking to the turkey. In the sink they go. Drop them in there. I'm going to start to cry. So that's 1 onion in that pot. Y'all, I am just putting the trash right in the sink. Clean that up later. I hope everybody's ready for, or getting ready for Thanksgiving. Can't let the the dogs get the onions. Not good for puppies. All right. So my onions are in the pot. I think I'm going to try and set you there. See if you can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, that's not bad. So this is going to seem like a lot, but you want a cup of kosher salt for your brine. It takes a lot of salt to properly flavor that turkey. So there's one. In addition to the turkey breast that I'm doing for my parents, I'm also doing 2 thighs like I did last year, because my mom likes the dark meat of the turkey as well as some white. So there will be 2 thighs running around. About a half a cup of whole peppercorns. When you take your turkeys out of the brine, make sure you wash and look for the leftover peppercorns there. All right. Handful of fennel. Fennel has that kind of sausagey licorice taste to it. Pretty good, especially with chicken. And then a little bit of sweetness we're going to do. About a half a cup brown sugar per. And you don't have to be exact. And if you don't want to use the sugar, you don't have to. I like it because it does give the turkey that golden, nice golden color to it. Making a mess here. Got some poultry seasoning. Got our bay leaves. If I can get it open. There we go. 2 bay leaves, 2 bay leaves, one. And then sparingly with the pineapple juice. So about a cup there, cup there. And then the same thing with lemon juice. And y'all, I am not being exact at all. In fact, I'm using dry measure for liquid. My home ec teacher's probably looking down, cursing my name right now, but so be it. So there we go for that. So that's pretty much what I'm putting in the brine this year. I'm going to turn them up to high and get them going. I think I'm going to add a little more water to that. Put a little more water in there. So that's pretty much it for my brine this year. So yeah, I'll get that going. Put the lids on. Some of the other things that I've already done, let me actually show you. So if you're local to Chambersburg, we have a brewery here called Gear House. They opened up a bakery in an old gas station, and they named it Standard. And we've been getting some baked goods for them for the past couple weeks. obviously it's not what they sold us. This is what's left over after this. So I had Nathan cut up one of their loaves and cube it, and we dried it in the oven for a couple hours at like 170 low, because I don't want to toast it, I just wanted it dried out. But this is one of their sourdough loaves. This is so good. If you guys have not checked them out for fresh baked bread, baguettes, sourdough, they have breakfast sandwiches, good coffee, go check them out. They are on the Point in Chambersburg, where Main Street and 2nd Street meet up. So check them out. So this is what I'm making our stuffing out of this year. So this was about, well, I'd say 3/4 of that loaf. Cubed up, dried it in the oven. I will toss it with parsley, sage, thyme, salt, pepper, let that sit in. And this is what I will mix up for the stuffing for our dinner. My mom's stuffing will be made with the tiny little Pepperidge Farm bread cubes, because I am stuffing a turkey breast. I'm afraid this size bread will dry that out. So the little cubes tend to not absorb so much. So that's what hers will be stuffed with. And then we'll go from there. Something that I do is my list. I live for paper lists. I know in this day and age you can do it on your phone, but I got into doing lists when I got into real estate 23 years ago, and I just live by them in my book. So I wrote down what I'm doing all 3 days this week. Today is make the brine. I'm going to take the turkeys out of the fridge again, just to kind of see where they're at thawing out, because they both go in the brine tomorrow. Wednesday, I will take both turkeys out. My turkey is going to get dried off, rinsed, and then I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet in the refrigerator to dry out a little more overnight so that the skin gets nice and crispy. I'm actually roasting Mom's turkey breast and thighs tomorrow, because we will deliver her dinner to her so she can just warm it up. It just makes it easier on my mom and dad. They can warm up dinner. They're having company over, so I'm hoping I make enough for 4, and they'll be done. Mom's getting corn casserole. She likes the traditional green bean casserole with the canned beans, canned soup, the fried onion toppers. I'm going a little extra this year. I've got fresh green beans. I got mushrooms from the farmer's market, heavy cream. I'm going to make my own sauce for the green bean casserole. I still use the French's onion toppers. They're just too easy and too good to pass up. We're both doing corn casserole. That's the made with the Jiffy corn muffin mix, and of course mashed potatoes. I use Yukon Golds with just buttercream, salt, pepper, maybe a little poultry seasoning in there, just to kind of carry the flavors over from one dish to the other. I am making, from scratch, Parker House rolls to go with dinner. But, yeah, today is going to be about the brine, figuring out what I need to do, getting everything done. Tomorrow will be getting the turkeys in the brine, mixing up the stuffing with the herbs so that it can sit out overnight. I may make the cranberry sauce tomorrow, because it is best served cold after it has a chance to thicken up a little bit. You do the canned cranberry, that's awesome. My sister lived by the canned cranberry. I like it fresher. I like it made on the stovetop. And then Wednesday morning, we're making Mom's dinner, and I'll also be making this year's dessert, which is a pecan cheesecake. If you remember, Nathan does not do pumpkin. He doesn't do fall spices, no cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, none of that. So the pecan cheesecake really just is a cheesecake with vanilla, with the pecan filling in it. The crust is made out of vanilla wafers, and then it's topped with more pecan filling. I just leave the cinnamon out of it, so it's just basically brown sugar. It's really good. I've made it before. And then Thursday morning I get up and, start cooking. So, trying to think of what else. I guess that's it for today. I'm going to hang out. If you guys want to ask me any questions, I can kind of see the phone. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. Hi, Steven. Hi, Kristen. Miss Capozzi. By the way, I'm going to plug Miss Capozzi here for a second. Kim Capozzi is the proprietor of Boyer Cellars over in Bendersville, and she also has the Screaming Bambino in downtown Chambersburg. They make their own wines, and I'm telling you right now, the Rebel Red, I am not a big red wine drinker, but her Rebel Red, I can drink the bottle. I know, shocking, but I can do it. It's really good. I urge you guys to go check them out. Their pizzas, their homemade pizzas are made in a brick oven. They are to die for. She's always has events going on up at Boyer Cellars in downtown. So yeah, go check them out. So there's my 2 plugs for the businesses so far. Standard in Chambersburg, like I said, for the breads and stuff. And if you need some good wine for the holiday season, check out the Screaming Bambino downtown Chambersburg or out at Boyer Cellars. Let me see. Any questions? I have about 10 people watching, and you guys are about the 10 people that usually ask me what's going on. My green bean casserole, what I'll do is I will trim the green beans, and I'm going to slice them long ways to, make them the long and stringy kind, string beans, haricot vert, if you will. The sauce recipe is super simple. I'm going to saute an onion, I'm going to saute mushrooms, and then I'm going to sprinkle in some flour, cook that off a little bit to remove the raw flour taste, and then I'm going to add a little turkey stock and some heavy cream until it thickens up, and that is the soup, the quote-unquote soup. That's what goes in with the green beans. Green beans, like I said, they get tossed, they get cut. I will blanch them in boiling water, take them out, put them in cold water to shock them, salty cold water, and then lay them out to dry so I don't get watery casserole. And that'll be Nathan a nice casserole, corn casserole. Kim, I know you weren't looking for that plug, but I have to give credit where credit is due, because you're doing good things, and we love you, Kim Capozzi. Stephen, I would be open to that. We'll have to talk about that. I had something on my mouth and none of you told me. So I can hear my pots getting ready to boil. I don't know what else. The rolls I'll have to start making on Thursday morning, because I've tried to make them the day before they don't rise as well. I also got to figure out my table, what I'm going to do for the table. I guess that's kind of it for now. I have all these more people popping in. I feel like I shouldn't leave. If your turkey's still frozen, you might want to take it out today. And I'll tell you how I what I mean by kickstart the thawing of the turkey. When that turkey, even if you take it from the freezer and put it in the refrigerator, it is frozen. It's flash frozen rock hard. So to get it kick-started, I take it out of the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours in the sink. Don't unwrap it. Don't even take it out of the grocery bag. Just leave it sit in there and kind of roll it around every half hour or so. What you're doing is taking the chill off the bird so that it kind of kick-starts the thawing out process. And then tomorrow I will take them out in the morning and let them sit in the sink, just so you're looking for the to be pushy, to be squishy, like a turkey. And that's the safest way I feel to thaw it. If you are thawing in an emergency situation and you have a big cooler, fill the cooler with as cold water as you can get it, even if you have to ice it down a little bit, because you want to keep the temperature of that turkey at 45 degrees or below. Believe it or not, you have to keep it, because between 45 and 130 is the danger zone for especially poultry. So what you're going to want to do in that cooler is you submerge the turkey. I would still leave it wrapped up. Submerge it in the cooler. If you have to weigh it down, and then this is a pain in the butt, but you can change the water every hour, because what will happen is that cold turkey is going to bring the water temperature further down. You need to keep the water at just a cool level to help thaw out that turkey. You should take, it could take a couple hours depending upon what size bird you have. There's another topic. What size turkey do you get for, if you've got 4 people coming over, you've got 4 potentials for a turkey with only 2 legs. You could get extra parts, turkey legs, turkey thighs. Getting a 20-pound or a 30-pound bird is, you're going to dry out the dark meat, maybe the white meat, before it's actually done all the way through. I would opt to do 2 smaller turkeys, 2 10s, 2 12s, something like that, because A, you get more dark meat, you get more tender turkey, because the smaller the turkey, the younger the turkey is. And you can roast them side by side in the oven. Instead of putting your turkey long ways in the pan, turn it, put it in, side by side. You're still going to brine them the same way. You're still going to roast them. You might want to turn the pan halfway through the roasting process, but you get more meat. You get a better, it could be a cute presentation on the table too, like, dueling turkeys on the platter. So, to stuff or not to stuff, that's a matter of preference. If you want to stuff your turkey, make sure that your stuffing is cold and your turkey is cold when you stuff it. You don't want really wet stuffing to go in a turkey, because it is going to take some juice with it. Don't overstuff it. That's a good way to dry the turkey out, because it's just going to pull in all the juice while it's cooking. I stuffed it one year. Nathan won't eat the stuffing out of the turkey. It's not his gig. I have to do the separate. So I'm not going to stuff it this year. I'm going to do it separate. But I am going to put some oranges, some onions, some celery, some parsley, some sage. All that will go into the turkey after I salt and pepper it. And I'll show you guys how I prepared the big turkey for roasting, which is kind of the same as I'm going to do for the stuffed breast. So, yes, Brenda, I wouldn't mind a retirement fund based upon my work in the kitchen. That would be, yeah, we could do that. I don't know. Any questions? Anybody need any advice? Happy Thanksgiving to you, Cam, too, you and your family. I know you're cooking, or Rich is cooking. Somebody's cooking. My stock pots are talking to me. The dogs are looking at me like I'm insane. In fact, 2 of them have just gone to hide in the bedroom because they don't understand why I'm talking to the magic box with the ring around it. So, oh, somebody asked me. This is the electric knife sharpener that I use. It's the Chef's Choice 130. It's got, this puts the edge on it. This is the steel, and then this is what the fine edge is. This is about 12 years old. It works still very well. They do eventually, the grinding discs do eventually wear out, so I'll have to replace it. But yeah, that's what I use to put that really, really super sharp edge on the knives. You can get these. I got this on Amazon. They have them at Williams-Sonoma. I'm sure other stores carry it. So. Happy Thanksgiving, Stephen. So, that's about it, I guess, for now. I will be sure and keep you guys updated. If you ever have any questions, you can always pop into my DMs. You can follow me on Instagram. Oh, I guess I should tell you, there is a YouTube channel in the works. I finally got talked into doing it, so I'm kind of putting things together there. We don't know how long it's going to take with the holidays coming up. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's it for today. More of the heavy stuff comes tomorrow and Wednesday. So, I hope everybody has a great Monday. It's a short week. If I don't talk to all of you before Thursday, have a happy Thanksgiving. And I'll see you guys later.